Yo, what's going on, guys? This is Alex Shroud over at Growthify Labs. I own a consulting and lead generation agency that does $125,000 per month in recurring revenue. I'm going to walk you guys through my journey on content creation. I'm pretty new at it. I have not created content on the organic side for very long. I have about 18,000 followers across multiple channels, so not very much, but the big takeaway in this video is I want to encourage you guys that are either just starting in content creation, or if you've been doing it, you're not really getting anywhere. This is going to help you guys really take over the game when it comes to creating content every single day, every single week, every month without fail, and not getting content burnout, because I know what that feels like, trying to figure out what channel to post on. This is going to help you guys really kind of get out of that funk and really get myopic and focused on creating content that seems seamless. So the other thing is that you do not have to have a lot of followers to monetize and make money. I know people that have 4,000 or 5,000 followers and they make 15, 25 grand a month. So my agency does pretty well. I know we're doing over $1 million a year in recurring revenue, and I don't have that many followers. I have like 18K, and it's growing rapidly because now I'm starting to post multiple times per day, starting to get more into long form content and short form, and then really trying to figure out where to post those videos and what formats to what channels, things of that nature. So that's kind of what we're going to get into. This is all free information. You guys can literally steal this entire standard operating procedure on how to get better at posting content and not get the burnout. So the first thing is that the content is generally not the problem, guys. It's a leverage problem. So you don't have a system, right? So people think that they need to post more. They're starting from zero, they get overwhelmed, and they just don't have a system. So we're going to really get into all of those three topics. So the first one is the biggest strategy to creating constant content for months to come, and that's picking a pillar and then deploying those to the atomic assets, which are in this example carousels, short form videos like TikTok, Reels, YouTube Shorts, right? Long form posts, blogs, blogging, etc., static posts, email, content like newsletters, and then a thread, etc. Okay, we're going to go over all this stuff. Now, 5 steps from this entire content calendar on how to post every single day, every single month, and never run out of content is the pillar, the angles, atomize everything, format it, and then schedule your posts, right? So that's what we're going to go over piece by piece. The first one, most important, is picking a pillar. Okay, one thing that you do really well at, a service, a strategy, right? It's not necessarily a topic, like a broad topic. It's going to be one particular pillar within a topic. That one pillar can create infinite content for months to come. Okay, generally you can stick with a pillar for maybe a couple weeks or a month, or you can do one pillar per week, and you can kind of use your own judgment based on the niche and vertical that you're in or whoever you service. Okay, this is going to be a point of view that somebody might disagree, someone might disagree with, a contrarian topic, a strategy that you've implemented that's working really well for your clients. Very much like what I'm talking about right now. Right? This is a pillar, and I can create content on this pillar for months. I could probably do it for a whole year, and I'll never run out of content, right? So this is just some of the examples that you can use on how to never run out of content, right? And it should be able to connect with real results that you've created. So anything that you're currently doing, doesn't matter if you're servicing coaches, agencies, consultants, if you're in the consulting space for contractors, if you're in SaaS, or if you're in the IT services space, whatever the case might be, you can literally take a pillar from the service that you do and create fueled content for a whole month, right? And so most B2B companies, they don't need more content, right? They need to extract more from what they already know. Okay, you guys already have a ton of information in that brain, right? This is the thing that I struggle with the most, is I was like, hey man, what idea should I post today? Like, what topic? And we see all these videos on Instagram and we on YouTube, and we're like, oh my gosh, we're getting like information overload, and we're always paying attention to whatever everyone else is doing. That is like the worst thing that you could do. You almost want to turn off your scrolling, like just delete your accounts. If you want to get on social media, I do it on my computer, the apps on my phone. So you really just want to get super focused on what it is that you do. Because like I said, it's not creating more content like a volume problem. It's just using and leveraging the pillars that you already know and use, and then just making angles and things like that. And so we're going to get into the angles next. Okay. All right. So the next thing is, once you've got a pillar, now you want to take that and create, in this, you can create as many angles as you want, but in this case, let's go with 6 angles, right? So contrarian take, that's one angle. How-to video, common mistakes that companies or people make, case studies, mythbusters, beginner versus expert, right? You can do a ton of different formats using that, before and afters. Now, each of these angles is a different door into the same room. So like in this case, each one of these angles, you can take these and format them. And then once you figure out the format and atomize them, now you can start to distribute those to the platforms that they need to go to, right? shorts, reels, you can start to create a content calendar, okay? Now the next one is gonna go into atomize, so you can break each angle into a hook, and then you can make 3 points on all 6 angles. So the hook is gonna stop the scroll, right? That's the first thing. 3 supporting points on that content become the body of any format of your video or your images, whatever the case is, or carousels. This is gonna step most people. Now this is the step that most people do skip, okay? Just don't skip this part. You have to do this because this is gonna compound your content volume to where you take one pillar, 6 or 12 angles, you have a bunch of different hooks from those angles, and then you have 3 different variation points from all of those hooks and angles. So it's just like it's this constant compound effect, and now you have 50 pieces of content from this one pillar, as you guys can start to see this concept working, right? And how it starts to really compound and work for you. So you don't have to think about content anymore. You can literally just use the system and it's just gonna come up with it for you. Okay, so 1 angle, atomize, hook, you don't have a content problem, okay? Volume doesn't equal reach, and then 2, extract, don't create, and then 3, 1 idea, many assets, okay? So match every atom to the right channel. You got, I don't have to go over this with you guys. You can literally just like screenshot this if you want. Like I said, this video is for value. You can just copy and paste this whole idea and this SOP. Each part of this, you can take, you know, the format, and then you can post it to where it lives, like Instagram, LinkedIn, YouTube, you know, TikTok, et cetera, right? Based on the format, you need to post it to the right relevant channel. Here is my content schedule that I use. So 4 weeks, 5 slots equals 20 assets, all from one pillar idea. Carousel right here. These are we got 4 carousels. We've got 3, 4 shorts, a few long posts in here. So this is basically, and you guys can kind of spin this however you want, like depending on your style or your pillar, your niche and vertical, you guys can make this schedule pretty much however you want in different variations. This is the way that I do it, to post, you know, 20 different assets per week across a bunch of different social media platforms. And so this is basically going to take all of the guesswork. And you guys can use AI for this too. You can use Claude, you can use Manus, you can use Higgsfield is a really good video and single image creator. You can create carousels. They generate a lot of the content from I create the content first from the pillars. I follow this whole process, plug it into Claude, to a Claude project inside of Cowork, and then I'll extract that into like Higgsfield once I have like the copy and the descriptions and the call to actions, and then I'll plug that into Higgsfield and it'll create super cool single image statics and carousels for me. And then I can take my videos and then have my editing team edit them. If you don't have an editing team, I would highly recommend just editing your own videos if you don't have the budget for that. I've been lucky enough to build a brand in a business that has 46 employees, so I have plenty of people to do a lot of this for me. All right, so from blank page, just starting out on social media, or if you are already doing social media, you're not getting a lot of traction, this is how you guys can take a blank page or a slow page to a fully booked month of content, and you can also start to monetize this and create revenue from it. Now, this video wasn't really particularly about generating and monetizing for revenue, per se. In the next video, I'm actually going to go into how can you create a social media platform or a social media page that doesn't have many followers, but you can turn it into revenue. So it's going to be for the next video. So 1 pillar idea, 6 angles, 20 plus ready assets, an hour of work. Okay, this is going to take all the guesswork out for you guys. So if you guys like this video, please like, subscribe, share the video to get more videos like this. Okay, if you guys like the content, please like and subscribe to this channel. You guys are going to get a lot more value. I'm going to come up with videos every single week that's going to go into strategies that I'm currently doing inside of my own agency, how I'm scaling my agency, digital marketing strategies, AI news, things that you guys can start using today to generate leads, how you guys can kind of get unstuck, scale your own business. So in the description, there's also going to be a link to a free newsletter. I send that newsletter out every single week to my email list. If you guys want to subscribe to that, the link is below. It's free. It doesn't cost you anything. It's really just to give you guys free content and free information on what's currently working in the space so you guys can grow your business. So I hope you guys like the video. Like I said, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you guys on the next video.